Hello again. Okay, in this video I'm going to be talking about how I was able to convince my parents to get me a motorcycle. Now, this subject obviously varies from family to family to family, but what I've noticed is generally families don't want this, and sometimes they put up a very good fight like my mother did, and sometimes they don't. They just get it. This video is for people who can't convince their parents. Okay, so when I initially wanted a motorcycle, my father, thinking that I would never get one, said yes, and that impacted the whole thing greatly. My mother obviously said no. Well, yes, my mother was completely against the idea. She would get insanely furious with me the second I said motorcycle. I don't trust my granny here. She's driving very scared and very undecisively. It took me around a year of convincing. We had very, very huge fights over this because I was obsessed with motorcycles. I was 16 years old and completely obsessed, and I was living in Turkey at the time. And then we decided that when I was 18 they'd get me a nice car, so 17, and that would be the end of motorcycles. So we agreed on that. And then I had some money saved up in British pounds, and then the Turkish lira took a dip, so my pounds became extremely valuable, enough to buy a motorcycle. But the problem was, I had the money to buy the motorcycle, but I didn't have anybody to, like, you know, register the motorcycle to, and that became a problem. So what I decided the best thing to do was try and convince her, because I wasn't getting it without it. I can't register, I can't get my license without her permission. So eventually it got down to a very big fight. I told her I'd find a way to get the motorcycle if she continued to say no. And because I was at that point I was going crazy. But what you can do is go through specific steps. So number one, you're probably young, seeing as you can't buy it yourself. Tell them that you're going to get a 125, okay, a 125cc motorcycle. That is barely strong enough to do motorway speeds, highway speeds, which is about 75-80 miles an hour. It starts to struggle at 60. Tell them that it's not even a fast motorcycle. You can't do speed in it, okay? Then tell them that it's considered a very beginner's bike, like it's considered a very simple, non-dangerous bike to ride, because bikes in its nature are dangerous, because the second you twist the throttle in unwanted ways, see, just a slight there brings the wheel up, and this is a 650. People class this as a beginner's bike. So you have to make it clear that the bike you're getting allows mistakes. Like if you do a whiskey throttle of accident, no, nothing's gonna happen. You're gonna budge forward. You won't even feel it. Same with the 250. It's a bit more powerful, but it is still not more powerful enough to give you problems. Those bikes will allow mistakes. They will forgive your mistakes. Big bikes won't. They're light bikes. They're extremely light bikes. Their brakes are good because they're light. All of these reasons can be the reason to actually, you know, get the motorcycle. You have to emphasize that you will get the necessary education. So that means further training on top of the original training. And once you have further training, your mother and father should be able to trust you. But before that, also, before everything, continue by showing them statistics of how many bike crashes there are. They're going to be, why are you showing me this? And you're going to say, because there are so many untrained riders who go without a helmet, without a jacket, without knowing what they're doing, riding a bike without a license, riding a bike without knowing what to do, riding a bike without knowing how to brake. All of these are factors that are not factored into the statistics, because there are a lot of bike accidents out there, but they never count these in. If they know how to ride a bike, if they don't know how to ride a bike, if they had protection, if they didn't. Because say you're going 30 miles an hour, if you have no protection you can die. If you have protection, you have a very, very slim chance of dying. It's simple. You have to tell that to them. On top of that, you can tell them that you're going to be a sensible driver. Tell them that everybody uses motorcycles to get to work, to get through traffic. I just want it to do the same for commuting. I don't want it to show off to my friends. I'm not going to be that type of teenager, because usually at those ages people get motorcycles to show off. I personally know at least 10 people who got a motorcycle within my age group just to... What the hell was that? Christ, just to show off to their friends, which is not healthy. Because if you're getting a bike to show off to your friends, you're not going to be riding sensibly, because your aim is to show off. Oh, police car's broken down. And you just have to emphasize that to your parents. You have to go through every single angle you can, and you have to try all of them, combine them together to get a nice result. Car kind of blocked me out there. Oh, I should be able to fit here. There we go. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And if I had an MP07, I'd just whiz by. Persistency is key. If you keep on doing it, if you're constantly doing it, it might get annoying, but it will bury the thought into their head. So they might actually get convinced to buy you the motorcycle. They might just get fed up and buy you the motorcycle. There's many reasons for them to buy you the motorcycle. You just have to unlock one of them by being consistent and persistent. I'm forgetting English, but it's really important, because I myself, it took me about 1.5 years to convince my parents. My father was okay with it from the beginning. He didn't really find motorcycles dangerous because he was in the UK. In Turkey, no lie, they try to kill you on the roads. They do not care. I don't know why those scooters ride on the road. I saw a scooter the other day giving signal to go right on a main road. Like, you're not meant to be there. How the hell do you have signals? But yeah, guys, I do hope this video helps you out, because I had a very big struggle with trying to convince my parents, but in the end I did. And after that I was kind of on my own, doing as I please, because my mother trusted me. And that's what you have to get them to trust you, and you have to show them that they can trust you, not just blind trust. You have to actually show them that they can trust you. And you also don't ride dangerously if you don't know how to ride. Like, don't try and show off to people. Don't try and do wheelies if you don't know how to. Don't go fast if you don't know how to stop. Learn everything and then ride, guys. And thank you for watching this video. I do hope it helps you out, really, and I wish you have a lovely day.